Your Stampin' Up demonstrator from the Scenic Rim in Queensland, coming to you live on Tuesday, the 22nd of April, 2025. I'm super excited to be here crafting with you once again. And please, when you get the notification that I've gone live, jump on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from, because it is the most exciting part of my day to come and hang out with you and craft with you. Well, wow, we just had Easter long weekend here in Australia, and I can tell you it was an epic weekend for me. I had a house full of visitors. I had 5 days of people being around me and visiting, and action-packed 5 days. I'm worn out. I need to come back to work to have a bit of a holiday, I can tell you. I'm not used to having all that many people around me. And I had a full house on Thursday. I had every bedroom occupied in my house. So I can't complain because Thursday was my birthday. So it was so nice to have so many family members hanging out with me and spending time with me over the weekend. So I feel like I've celebrated my birthday all weekend. Plus, I had a class on Thursday. So I had all of my crafty friends that were coming and hanging out with me as well. So it was a super awesome weekend, I can honestly tell you. And it kicked off on Thursday with my birthday, and it just kept rolling on. And I did things on the weekend that I thought, wow, I can't believe I'm actually here and I'm doing this. I went to the Blues Fest with my daughters, and I can honestly tell you, I don't know whether I'll ever be going again. I've never seen so many people in all my life. And I wasn't really, I mean, I got to see Casey Chambers perform. I got to see Missy Higgins perform. And then the rest of the music, I didn't have a clue who they were. So that's where I guess I show my age when it comes to that. But anyway, I got to hang out, and we didn't get home until 3 a.m. on Sunday morning. So, sorry, on Monday morning, yesterday morning. So it was a pretty huge event. And I can tell you, I don't know, I'm too old for this caper. It's taken me a couple of days. I'm still trying to catch up. I'm still feeling awfully exhausted and worn out. But anyway, it was a good, fun time to hang out with my family. And yeah, just have a bit of chill out time away from work. So it was really nice, but it's so good to be back into work again this morning. So I've already been up and I've done business training with all my business training people. So if you're a demonstrator and you're thinking about getting help with your Stampin' Up business, if you've decided that you may have joined as a hobby demonstrator and you are now thinking that you want to take it that one step further, I do weekly business training videos, and we also have a weekly Q&A session as well. Now, for my team members, it is free. You're able to join into the business training for free. But for other people that aren't in my team, it costs $25 a month. So it's not a lot of money, but I love hanging out with people and teaching people tried and true practices that I have been doing that has led me to be #1 demonstrator in Australia. So I just teach from the heart of what works and things that I've tried. And I also talk open and honestly about things that I've tried that have failed and the reason why I think they've failed. So if you're thinking about taking your business one step further, then by all means, please head over to my website, which I've just popped the website there on the bottom. Please head on over to my website, and there is a section there that is called Step-by-Step Business Training. You can go over there, you can check out the page, you can read all about it. And then possibly if you decide to subscribe, come and hang out with me and train with me. So I upload a business training video every week, and we also have a live Zoom call every Tuesday morning where we talk and get down into the details of your business, and I help you where you're at, like where you are actually at with your business. And everyone's at all different levels. So if you're thinking about taking your business to a different level, maybe think about coming and training with me. I would love to help you out. All right, so just while people are jumping on, I'll just go through a couple of things. So of course, we've got the brand new catalog. If you haven't got a catalog and you're not working with a demonstrator and you would love a catalog sent out, I've sent out all the catalogs to the people that have requested one up until before the weekend. So if you requested one over the weekend, I haven't sent those out just yet. But please, if you are wanting to get a catalog and you're not already working with a demonstrator, if you're already working with a demonstrator, please ask your demonstrator, because because these catalogs cost us money, and it also costs us money to post them out. So, but if you are interested, you can scan that code there on the screen, or there is a link in the description of the video, and I could pop you onto my mailing list to get a catalog. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about is my catalog launch party is going to be epic, I'm telling you. So for the catalog launch party, it costs $85 to attend my catalog launch party. You can scan the QR code there on the screen, or you can also use the link in the description of this video. For that $85, you are going to get a whole pack of this gorgeous paper. Hang on, and I see if I can grab the paper. So you're going to get a whole pack of this gorgeous paper. It is absolutely stunning. You're going to get a whole pack of that. You're also going to get a pack of the in-color embellishments, in-color dots. You're also going to get a whole pack of A4 mix pack of the in-color cardstock. And then you're going to get access to a private Facebook group where we are going to make 10 gorgeous projects. And I'm telling you, you're going to absolutely love the projects. They're going to be pre-recorded videos. Now, I'm also going to be using these bundles. So I'm going to be using the Sweet Blooms bundle, and I'm also going to be using the Pretty Florals bundle. Now, you are able to add those onto your catalog launch party at the time of registration. If you want to purchase both of those bundles or one of those bundles, you're able to add those on at the time of registration. You're also able to add on the in-color ink pads and also the in-color Stampin' Up markers. So if you want to create and hang out, and you're going to have access to those creating videos, so the project videos, you're going to have access for 3 whole months. So it's a great way of getting hands-on, crafting with me, learning some great things. So please, if you're interested, please scan that QR code and register today, and join the fun. We are going to have a blast. The link is also in the description of the video. I've also opened up my 2-day card making retreat for the month of June. It's going to be on the 28th and 29th of June. My retreats are very, very popular. We get to make 8 projects. We are going to be using the Impressions A Bloom stamp and die set, and that will be a part of your goodie bag that you actually get when you attend retreat. Now, you can attend these retreats in person, or you can get them as a retreat in a box. So don't think that you can't have all the fun. If you can't make it in person, then definitely order your retreat in a box. And maybe a group of friends can get a retreat in a box together and go and find somewhere to stay and hang out together and create, because all you're going to need is your adhesives, the Stampin' Up ink pads, and your tools. And that's it, because you have everything else in your kit. So you get designer series paper, you get ribbon, you get embellishments, you get cardstock, you get a PDF tutorial showing you how to do the 8 gorgeous projects using the Impressions A Bloom bundle that is also a part of your kit. So if you are interested in that, it costs $235 to attend in person. It costs $260 to get it as a retreat in a box, because I have to add the postage on. So that's the only added thing that happens, but you get everything that everyone gets in person sent to you in a box, delivered to your doorstep. So there is also a link in the description down below if you're interested. Now, I wanted to talk to you about this 3-day mega scrapbooking album retreat while everyone's getting the notification that I've gone live. This 3-day mega scrapbook album retreat is an event that's getting put on by Stampin' Up. Now, what you do is you purchase your kit, and you will have enough supplies to do 12 double-page layouts. You also get, for that price, I'm gonna tell you the price, and I'm gonna also tell you what you get for that price. Now, I'm actually holding an in-person event. So for anyone that actually orders this kit off me through my online store on the 28th of May, they go on sale. I've actually got this as an event. So if you actually register now and pay your money now, I will do your order for you on May 28th, because they are the kits while supplies last. So I'm telling you, you need to be registered. You need to be paid before the 28th, so that on the 28th, I am able to order your kits and get them sent out to you. I'm then actually going to do an in-person event meant that you can bring your kit with you and come and hang out with me in my craft studio, and we will actually create the 12 double page layouts over a period of 3 days. So I can tell you it will be an absolutely fun, awesome weekend. So scan that QR code if you're interested. Check out the registration. Now, the kit costs $435, and you may freak out and say, oh my God, $435, that's just so much. But you think about what you're going to get. You're going to get enough supplies to make 12 double page layouts. Now, one huge bonus is they are cutting all of the designer series paper for us. In each kit, all of our paper will be cut and ready to go in our kit. So that's going to be awesome. So we're going to have the double page layout. We're going to open up that kit bag. Everything's going to be cut ready for us. Now, there is 2 stamp sets that come in your kit. You'll have 2 full stamp sets. You will have our page protectors for your 12 pages. You'll also have flip flaps, and they're going to incorporate the flip flaps into some of the layouts. And I've seen some of the layouts, and I'm telling you, they are absolutely gorgeous. They are layouts that are very versatile for anybody. So you're going to be able to swap things around. They have titles that are already die cut ready for you. You've just got to punch them out. You have die cuts. They even have done all the die cuts that we've got to stamp. They've actually die cut the pieces of cardstock ready for you, and all you've got to do is stamp your stamp onto the die cut pieces. But you're going to have all the cardstock. You're going to have a printed instruction sheet, but you're also going to have access to all of the videos that they're going to do, and they're actually going to craft along with us and create those 12 double page layouts. So it's going to be epic. I'm telling you, it's going to be an awesome event. If you're interested in that, please scan that QR code or use the link in the description. Make sure you register because the kits will be limited, and I'm telling you, I want to be able to place everyone's order on the 28th of May and make sure that we all get our kits. And I'm going to be purchasing a kit for myself, I'm telling you, and I'm super excited to be able to do these 12 double page layouts. Now, for this month only, it's my birthday month. So if you spend over $150 or more through my online store, I'm going to give you a free embellishment, and you're also going to get a free tutorial of our global creative tutorial, which is a tutorial that is all about the brand new catalog, our pre-order of the brand new catalog. So I'm telling you, you are going to love it because it is going to give you lots of inspiration for the brand new catalog. And I will give that to you free. It won't go out until the beginning of next month because we are all working on our tutorials at the moment. So hang in tight. If you've already placed your order, please don't think that I've forgotten about you. I'm waiting for our tutorial to be finalized so that we can actually get it out to you at the beginning of next month. So right in time for the brand new catalog to go live. So if you place an order of $150 or more throughout my birthday month, which is this month, April, you will get that free embellishment. Plus you will actually get the gorgeous tutorial, which is 12 top demos around the world. So scan that QR code, jump on, go and shop in my online store and have a ball and get those nice freebies that I'm giving away this month. All right. So I also have monthly Scrap It With Me workshops that I do every month, and it is 3 double page layouts you get for $85 if you're attending in person, or it's $95 if you are attending as a kit by mail. But you get the printed instructions of how to do your 3 double page layouts, and you'll also get a full pack of designer series paper. You get the cardstock needed to do your 3 double page layouts along with that printed tutorial. So we have a great time in our Scrap It With Me workshops, and we do it on the 3rd Thursday of every month. Next month it's going to be on the 1st Thursday because I won't be here on the 3rd Thursday. I will be overseas on my awesome incentive trip. I also have basic foundations of card making. So if you're interested in learning all the tips and tricks of the foundational part of making cards, if you've been struggling with your card making, if you're brand new to card making, or you've been card making for a long time but you struggle with creativity, you struggle with cutting layers and things and how to get the best use out of your products, then Basic Foundations of Card Making is definitely the group for you. For everyone, your kits were sent out last week, so Rose and I have already done a couple of videos for you. We will be doing a live craft along, and unfortunately it's going to be on our Anzac Day day here because it's the way it falls. So it's going to be on Friday morning. I do have to talk to Rose. I'm hopefully going to do it at 9 a.m. that morning. But that's our Zoom craft along that all of our basic foundations of card making members get to attend. So that will be coming up on this Friday morning, and I will confirm the time, but I'm nearly positive I'm going to be doing it at 9 a.m. We will stream that here live on our YouTube channels. And Daryl is saying he can't recommend it enough. He has learned so much so far out of our basic foundations. So the one thing that we are doing in the basic foundations of card making is we are working from template guides that actually help you with your card cutting, with your cardstock cutting, which is an integral part of your card making, and it is definitely the basic foundations of card making. Now, it doesn't matter if you join for next month, you will actually get access to those templates. Every month we actually post them into a Facebook group. So we will have a new Facebook group for May. And the exciting news is I've spoken to Rose this morning. We haven't confirmed it, so I'm probably letting the cat out of the bag a little bit, but we are going to be doing color swatches for the month of May. So you're going to get a template that is going to be a guide that will be printed up ready for you, and you're going to get card pieces, and we're going to create some card swatches, color swatches with all of the colors in our cardstock, and you're going to be assembling those this month. So that will be a fun thing. So we're doing all of the color families. We've got 5 color families. We have the brights, the subtles, the regals, the neutrals, and our in colors. So there will be 5 color families that we will be doing the color swatch for. Now, we will actually also be releasing this as a kit that you can actually purchase from us directly, but those kits will not be going out until June. So we will be taking registrations for them leading up through May. We'll be taking registrations and payment for them, and we will be putting those kits together in the month of June, because we are both going to be away at our incentive trip. So we can't do anything until we get back home in June. So that is going to be the fun basic foundations of card making that we will be doing next month. Now, also, if you're thinking about purchasing products, we have a brand new catalog that's going to start on the 6th of May. I'm telling you, the best thing to do is to join my Wild Heart Crafters community and buy your products at a discounted rate. I always say to people, there is never a reason to not have a discount. I'm a no pressure team leader. If you want to join and just get the discount on your products, then I am more than happy to help you with your creativity and get you to use your products. And I am a no pressure team leader. Whatever you want to get out of Stampin' Up is what you get out of Stampin' Up. I'm here to walk alongside of you in your journey with Stampin' Up. For $169, you get to choose $235 worth of products. So if you've been thinking, if you love Stampin' Up products, or you're brand new to crafting and you need to set yourself up, then definitely the starter kit is really the way to go. Daryl is saying that he really likes the technique of coloring with the wink of Stella, which is what we have been concentrating on for this month. That is the basic foundations of card making. So enough of all of that. I think you've seen enough and heard enough. I've got quite a few of you on, so let's get into crafting. So this morning I'm actually going to be using a really cute bundle, the Happy Hibiscus. I haven't used the Happy Hibiscus yet, so I wanted to actually get it out and give it a little bit of a run this morning. Now, this is a hybrid embossing folder. So if you're brand new to what hybrid embossing folders are, I'm going to explain it. We have a die that is in this die set, which is this one here. And what it actually does is it fits into our embossing folder, and it will actually cut out the flowers, which are these 3 here. So it will actually cut out those flowers and emboss at the same time. So what actually happens with a hybrid embossing folder, so we have an emblem on the front, which is our Stampin' Up emblem. That is the side that the die nestles into. So what I like to do is put that with the emblem facing down, and then with your cutting blade facing up, then you line it up into that embossing folder. And what actually happens is you'll find that it will fit into a groove, and there it is there. It'll fit into a groove, and you'll know that it's in place. Then you pop your cardstock over the top, and I need to grab, let me see if I've got some white here on my desk. I don't think I do. I'm going to cut a white piece of cardstock because I'm going to use these anyway. So let's show you how that works. So I'm going to cut a layer for the front, but I'll also use the remaining layer. Let's do that. I use this piece here as the embossed piece. Sorry, I'm going to cut that down. All right, that's a layer for the front. And while I'm here, I may as well cut the layer for the inside as well. Now, in our basic foundations of card making, we teach you how to cut the perfect layers so that you can craft every single time, but also so that you can craft when you see someone else's card, you can actually look at someone else's card and dissect it into your card bases and layers and be able to use your own template to create your card. All right, so I've cut some layers for the inside as well. All right, so that's for the front of my card. Now, what I'm actually going to do is that nestles into those flowers. You'll feel that it will fall into place. Let me get it back in there again. I had it in place before. There, it falls into place. There, okay. This one's a little bit, I'm finding it's a little bit hard to really find that nestling place, but it falls into place right there. So what you do is you have your die there, then you pop your cardstock over the top, then you close up that, and you use the combination like you're going to do a 3D embossing folder. So I'm just going to grab that. I'm going to grab my grey plate, and I'm going to grab my number 1 plate. So the combination to use these hybrid embossing folders is your number 1 plate. Whoops, that way. Your number 1 plate for your cut and emboss. And you're going to use your folder with the die in place, ready to go, which it is. We're going to put the fold through, and we've got our dies facing upward. And then we're going to put our number 4 plate over the top, and we're going to run that through. And that's actually going to cut and emboss those flowers all at one time. Now, I could also use the layer, the front layer, and we could do the same thing with the front layer. But can you see those gorgeous flowers that we've got? They've cut out and embossed at the same time. So that's the beauty of these hybrid embossing folders. Now, I don't know whether I want to do it this way, but I'm going to try it. So let's pop that back in there again. So once again, we get it to nestle in where it needs to be. And I am struggling with finding, there it is there, finding that exact spot. Okay, so let's do the layer that I cut for the front. And let's run that through again. And let's see whether we want to use it like that or whether we want to use another layer. I don't know what I'm doing just at the moment. You know me. I'm physically like winging it as I go. So let's see what that looks like. That gives us our layer on the front that has all those beautiful embossed pieces, plus it gives us another lot of flowers. So we will see whether that's what we want to do or whether we want to just use a piece of cardstock. So we have that in the dies, but we also have, let me show you what else is in the dies. So in the dies, we also have some of these gorgeous flowers. We also have some leaves, another different leaf. So we've got quite a few different dies in this set. So let's create something fun with this. All right. Our flowers are all in the sequence of being, let me do that. So they're all in the sequence of being, now be very, very careful, especially with the photopolymer stamp sets. I'm finding that you need to be really, really careful when you're pulling them off to make sure that you are not going to tear them. Oh, lordy, lordy. Now I'm looking for a block that I know I have somewhere here. Here they are in here. This block. So I'm going to mount that up on a block. And this is going to be the solid part, and then you can actually stamp some detailed parts. Okay, so that one, and this one. Okay, so we've got these 3 flowers that are together. So they're designed so that when you actually stamp them, you will be able to cut out with the die. So I'm going to show you how we can do that. Let's grab these ones and this one. All right. Now they're all brand new stamps, so I'm going to have to get out my Versamark. I'm going to use one of these pieces of white cardstock. I've got out the Secret Sea and the Darling Daffodil. I decided that I might do my color combination like that. I've got a white card base there ready to go. So I decided that I might do the color combination in these brand new in colors because I'm just loving these new in colors. So these will be available on the 6th of May. Julie's saying you could use the die cutout bit as the layer. That's actually what I thought. Only that one wasn't cut the right way. So I've got this as my layer for the front. So I possibly think that I might be able to pop those up in that layer. So that way, and that way. This one. Okay, this one goes, which way does it go? There, like that. So I thought I might be able to use those. All right, so let's grab a pierce mat and we will stamp with our pierce mat on this piece of paper. We'll stamp with that large stamp, and then we will do the smaller stamps as well. The large stamp is the detailed part, which I normally like to do that the other way. But anyway, let's grab out our Darling. No, I'm not going to do it in Darling Duckling. I'm going to do it in Smoky Slate. Okay, so the detailed part, which is this 3-in-1 stamp, I'm going to ink up with Versamark first. The crafty cat's in the house and his towel just fell down on him on his chair. I'll pop that back up for you, mate. His towel just fell down, and I've got a towel on the chair and it just fell down and fell onto him. And he's like, what is that doing? All right, so I'm going to ink up with Versamark first. Then I'm going to use my Smoky Slate and ink up with Smoky Slate, and I'm going to stamp that down onto that bit of cardstock. So that's full strength Smoky Slate. I don't think I want to do, I mean, I could ink up and do some flowers over the top, ink up with some color. I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to actually, oh no, we could do that. Let's do that with Darling Duckling, and we're going to, this is a scary thought, using the Darling Duckling, because you all know me and the Darling Duckling and how I feel about it. But why not? Okay. She says, as I'm trying to find, there it is there. All right, so with Darling Duckling, I'm going to stamp off, and I'm going to use the solid stamps to stamp over the top here with that Darling Duckling. So I'm going to ink up with Versamark first. I'm then going to ink up with Darling Duckling, but I'm going to stamp off on a scrap of paper, which I have a scrap here. So I'm going to stamp off on there, and then I'm going to stamp over the top. So now we can actually line up over the top. So let's see what lines up. There it is there, those little peaky pieces. Okay, so what you've got to do is when you're going to line up something, you've got to look at something. So I can see here that this is quite peaky, this part. So I've just found that on my stamp. And then I can line that up over the top and actually stamp it down over the top. So we can get a Darling Duckling coloured flower. Now, I don't mind that because that's the Darling Duckling stamped off. So I'm now going to ink up again. I'm going to, oh, not that one. I'm going to ink up the other flower. So let's ink up with Versamark because it's a brand new stamp. Ink up with our Darling Duckling, stamp off. and then stamp on over the top of that one. So it's going to color out Darling Duckling again. So I think Darling Duckling to me, stamped off, is not too bad. But Darling Duckling full strength, I don't know. The jury's still out on it. Like, I'm physically not sold on it just yet. So the jury's still out at this stage. All right, so we've inked up with Versamark again. I'm going to ink up with my Darling Duckling. And I'm going to stamp on my scrap like so. And then that one is going to stamp over the top of that one there. So we've got some Darling Duckling stamped off, second generation stamped off. All right. Now, I can pop the die over the top of these three and I can cut them out. Now, if I wanted to, and I'm going to show you a couple of different ways. So I've showed you how we can use the hybrid embossing folder to do that. I'm now going to show you how we can actually cut these ones out, because they are designed to cut out. So you can see there, the three of them are linked together and designed to cut out using our cut and emboss. So we'll bring that back in. Now, this time I'm going to add my number 1 plate, my number 2 plate, my cutting pad, my stamped images with the die placed over the top. And if you have washi tape, it's probably a good idea to pop the washi tape on. I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to hope and pray and hold my breath and hold my tongue right and make sure that they actually get cut out the right way. So we'll cut out those 3 flowers. Okay. So we have that. Now, I think I might also grab some of the cloud cover cardstock, and I'll use some of the cloud cover cardstock. I'll use some of the Secret C as my layers in between, so my leaves and things. So let me just going to cut a piece of my cloud cover off the screen so that I've got some cloud cover to cut out. So I'm going to pop that there. Okay, so I have this leaf here, which I think is quite cute. I also have some flowers there as well, so I think I might use that and some of these flowers. So I've got, this is, as I said, cloud cover that I'm using. So I'm just going to, I have no idea what I'm going to do here, so I'm just going to cut randomly out these flowers. And that glue is really sticky on those dies. But anyway, we'll do that and that. And I'm also going to cut out that leaf as well. Oh, wow, it's sticky. All right. I've got a bit that's stuck on there that didn't come off. All right, so let's cut out a series of those in our cloud cover. And then we'll cut some out in the Secret C as well. Now I'm going to cut that. I think I'm going to do a layer of Secret C. I don't know whether I'm going to do a layer of Secret C or a layer. We'll bring it in later on and we'll make the decision of whether we want to do it which way. But I'm muttering on here. I feel like I'm mumbling away here. But okay. I've got two layers there. I don't know which one I'm going to use. So let's do this one first. There it is. I was going to say, where did I put my other cutting pad? There it is. Let's do that one first. And then we'll do the same combination again in the Secret C. So we'll have some gorgeous little die cut pieces in both. So look at that leaf. That's so cute. Okay. So as you can see, look at these gorgeous die cut pieces. That one and this gorgeous leaf. Look at that. And the cute little flowers. So we've got some nice combinations there. So let's Just going to grab my take pick tool. So that I can poke out some of those flowers. I always like to do this when I've got a die set. I like to just try all the different dies, and that leads me to creating that first card. So I don't normally just I just don't have a plan. I just go, you know what, let's see what these bring us and see what we need. I think I want to cut out some more of the leaves out of all of these as well, because I think I'm going to need just a couple more leaves. So I'll run this through and then I'll cut out another couple of leaves in both colours. Daryl said he really likes the Darling Duckling coloured cardstock. The jury's still out for me, Daryl, so I'm still... Oh, did I say Darling Daffodil? Yeah, because I've got Daffodil on the brain, because I really like Daffodil Delight compared to Darling Duckling. But I'm trying to embrace the new colours, and I can honestly tell you I like all the colours. The Darling Duckling, the jury's out on it, but we will see how we go. And of course, you always lose die cuts down on the floor. Okay, so we've got that. I'll do another couple of leaves in both colours. And so I want to do that leaf and that leaf again in both colours. And then I think we will have heaps of die cut pieces to be able to create this gorgeous card. That. And that one. I also have a card buffet on. So for the people that attend my classes, I've got a card buffet happening on the 9th of, the 4th of May. So if anyone is interested in coming and hanging out, and we will be using brand new product. And I can tell you it'll be a nice way to showcase some of the gorgeous new colors and some of the gorgeous new products. So if you're interested in that, it costs $55. It's a great, fun, social experience. We all have a ball at the card buffets. So if you're local, Brisbane, Gold Coast, Scenic Rim, I'm telling you, you don't want to miss these card making events. They are so much fun. And I have actually said it before, it's starting to be more about the food than anything else. We seem to be experiencing great recipes. People are swapping recipes and stuff. So it's a great social event to come and hang out with other crafters and have a good fun time creating cards. You make 8 beautiful cards using all of my products, and I do all the hard work for you. I do all the die cutting. I do all the cutting of your layers, everything. The link is in the description of this video. So if you're wanting to register, registrations will be closing very soon, because I have to actually order product for you for that event. All right. So we now have some of these that we have cut out. So we've got double lots of them. We've got some that we have stamped and cut out. We've got our gorgeous die cuts. I've got a couple of layers here that I don't know what I'm going to use, and I don't know whether I'm going to use. I think I am going to layer that up like that, because I love the fact that we've got that embossed look in behind as well. And we've got to work out whether we're going to use which 2 colors there, or whether we're going to use Darling Duckling. So actually I might cut one of them as well, just to make the decision even harder for you all. So we're going to choose what we're going to have as our contrast layer. Once I start assembling this together, you will get a feel for what the contrast layer we're going to have underneath. So we've got 3 colors there to choose from. Look at those 3 colors together. Don't they just go gorgeous together? It looks to me like a mustard with a light green in it. Yeah, it's got a very greenish tinge to it. So so yeah. All right, so we have a card base here in basic white thick. So we're going to fold that over. I must admit, I was so spoilt for my birthday. Lynn, who comes to my monthly card classes, her daughter-in-law made these gorgeous cupcakes. I wonder whether I can get a photo that I can show you on my phone. She made these gorgeous cupcakes, and I can tell you they were stunning. Hang on, and I see if I can find a picture of them. They were absolutely stunning. I couldn't believe these. Here they are. Here's a picture of these cupcakes. Can you see that picture of these cupcakes? They were gorgeous. They were so gorgeous that you didn't even really want to eat them. Like the detail on them. Look at the detail on them. Look when I scroll, like get that a lot bigger. They were stunning. So Lynn, that comes to my monthly card class, her daughter-in-law created these gorgeous cupcakes for me. And the colors aren't showing real true here, but she said my favorite color was Blackberry Bliss. So this color here, it's looking a lot pinker on the screen here, but it was definitely a Blackberry Bliss, a version of Blackberry Bliss with cream and the light dusty pink. Absolutely gorgeous. She was so talented. And you know, this girl doesn't do it as a business. She just does it for fun. Can you believe that? So I was really, really spoiled for my birthday. All right. So, okay. So tell me, we've got all of these that we're going to be decorating things with. So we've got some white embossed ones that we're probably going to use on this as well. I don't know how many I'm going to use, but I've also got these gorgeous leaves and things. So you tell me, which color do you think I should use as my contrast layer? I'm just going to do a little bit of a rough, throw it together, a little bit of a rough putting together of these, and we've got some of that gorgeous blue. Now, do we physically want to have the Secret C as my contrast layer, or do we want to have the cloud cover, or do we want to have the Darling Duckling? What do we want as the contrast layer? Tell me. They look so yummy, Dara. I know. They are yummy. I'm still eating them. Like, I still have some left. I'm still eating them. I think I've got 2 or 3 left. And I've got a friend coming for morning tea this morning, so I'm assuming we will probably polish them off this morning. So which color? Type it into the comments. Secret C, cloud cover, or Darling Duckling? Which one are we going to use? Now, while we're doing that, I'm going to show you a little bit of a technique here on these. I'm going to grab the Darling Duckling, and we're going to do a little bit of blending with a blending brush on these with our Darling Duckling. So type it into the comments. What color? Darling Duckling to bring out the yellow of the flowers, says Card Craze. So we've got 1 for Darling Duckling. All right, so now I've got a little bit of Darling Duckling on here. I only want a light hint of color on here, but are you looking at how gorgeous that embossed looks like? Okay, so we've got Darling Duckling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Quack, quack, says Sue. Looks like Darling Duckling is it. All right, so I'm just going to add a little bit onto here and a little bit in the middle of this one. And of course, what's going to set these flowers off even more is to do a little bit of, I'm now going to try and find all of my daubers, which I can't. Here we go. Let's grab a dauber. And I'm going to do a little bit of the Secret C in the middle. Okay, so Darling Duckling is it. So let's do a little bit of the Secret C. And I just want to put a little bit there, a little bit there, and a little bit on there. Okay, so that's just bringing out a little bit of that Secret C in the middle of those flowers. All right, and we could actually, to tell you the truth, on these ones, let's add a little bit of Secret C in the middle here. And on this one here, so that's just with your regular daubers, just to get a little bit of color happening in the center of those flowers. Okay, so a little bit of secret C in those flowers. All right, so Darling Duckling is it. So let's pull that in and let's add that. So just with a little bit of Tombow, and we will add that to our Darling Duckling layer. Okay. It's a pity I don't have any ribbon in the in colors to be able to go with this, but that's life. All right, so we have that. Okay. Now I'm going to add these on here. So I feel like what I want to do is in these, I feel like I want to pop these up on dimensionals in the middle of where they've been die cut out. So we've showed you how to use the hybrid embossing folder to cut and emboss at the same time. Now I'm going to show you something else what I can do with these other flowers. So let's do that one is there. Okay, this one. Oh, before I put them all on, because I was going to show you what I could do with them. I forgot. So forget about that one that I've put on there, but I'm going to show you with these ones. We can grab that embossing folder now, and we can run those through again after we've stamped. So let's show you how to do that. Okay, so we'll grab the hybrid embossing folder again. And what we're actually going to do is we're going to place these flowers in this embossing folder the way that the flowers are. Can you see that? So we're going to place that one there, and we're going to place that one there. Okay, so can you see that? I've placed them there like that. So I'm just going to tip that up that way and leave them in place like so. I'm going to close that down, and I'm going to run that through with the embossing folder again. And that is then, number one plate, that is then going to emboss these pre-stamped ones that we have done as well. So you can use the hybrid embossing folder both ways. Elizabeth said, how did I not get secret seed all over the embossed images? I just was very, very careful with the sponge dauber where I put it. So when you're doing something like that, using just the edge of your sponge dauber, you'll find that, and you can see there. So now we have that it's all embossed. So can you see that? It's now embossed and stamped at the same time. Okay. So you can use the hybrid embossing folder both ways. You physically don't have to, just do it without them being pre-stamped. You can actually stamp them and then line them up that way as well. All right, so let's bring this one back in again. So now with those, we will pop those up as well. So now we've actually got those pre-stamped ones embossed as well. Okay, lining up those little pieces again there, and then this one we will pop up. Okay, and we'll pop that one there like so. All right, these ones here I actually want to pop around in here as well. So and I like the fact that they can be popped up along with the other flowers. So I'm going to add some dimensionals behind them. I'm then going to tuck that in underneath those. So we're going to get a really nice arrangement of flowers, but different types of flowers. We've got the white ones embossed with a little bit of blending, and then we've got the stamped ones as well to give us a little bit more strength in the flowers. Okay, so this one here, I think I want to pop think I'm going to take that one away. I think I'm going to pop this one in under here, like so. This one can just easily pop up here. All right. So we've got some nice arrangement happening there. And then all I'm going to do is tuck in some of these embellishments in around. So we've got that and we've got that. So I actually don't mind that and that. We've got some more leaves over here. So I'm probably going to pop in. I love to do dry runs with my leaves just to see where I feel like that they can possibly go. And of course, this one popped in under there. And we've got a couple of these leaves that I like. So I think I might pop one of those in under there, coming out from under there. And I've got another one there. I could even pop in under there. And maybe that one just coming in from under there. I think that's looking quite pretty. So we've got a gorgeous arrangement there of flowers. And honestly, that's all I do is I physically just see where they look like they're going to sit, and then we will pop some other flowers. So let's add some glue onto all of those pieces. And when I do the dry run, I then just pull them out one at a time and pop them back in. So this one goes in underneath that Secret C one. So we're going to pop that one back in. This one over the top. So just adding a little bit of liquid glue in and arranging those. This one in here. There. Okay, now these ones here, I've got this one in underneath most of it. So let's put that one in first. That one goes in under there. That one goes in under there as well. Actually, no, the blue. This one. And you can see here, you might even like to cut those little tails off. This one. Might do this one first. On there. And we'll tuck this one in here. Whoa. I put the glue on the wrong side of that one, so we'll have to tuck him right in underneath. Anyway, there we go. All right, so we have that. Now, I love the fact of these gorgeous little flowers. So I actually just want to pop these up just around randomly in the middle of that flower arrangement. So let's grab some dimensionals. I mean, once you put dimension on a card, my idea is it doesn't matter how much you go up with the dimensionals, because you're already paying extra postage for what you've done in the first place. So my idea is definitely just keep going with the dimension. Hang on, I'll grab some minis for the small ones. Okay. So I'm just going to pop a mini one on this small one here. Whoops, a daisy. Could help if I put it in the middle. And we'll pop him just there like that. Okay, that one, we'll do a regular one. We might pop him here. Let's do a mini on this blue one. Or should I say Secret C one? And I've got Secret C on my white nails. So I'm just randomly placing some of these gorgeous little flowers around just to set off that flower arrangement. So we might even pop one up here, and I feel like I've lost some flowers somewhere, but it doesn't really matter. Let's pop that one maybe over here. and a little one. There is lots of flowers on here, but how cute is this card? Okay, so let's just do that. Okay, now I haven't used this flower, but I don't think we really need to. I think we'll leave that one off. All right. So we've got that. Let's clean up this desk a little bit. Now, I want to stamp a sentiment. And what have we got in here? Congratulations. Let's just do the congratulations. I like that. So let's do congratulations. So we'll put that onto a block. Now, once again, I will use the Versamark. Now, should we do it in Secret C? Should we do it in, well, we can't do it in Cloud Cover because we don't have the ink pad. Should we do it in Secret C or should we do it in Darling Duckling? What's your thoughts on what color sentiment? So let's do Darling Duckling first because it's lighter. So let's do that. And where is the Darling Duckling? Here. Nope. Here. All right. Let's do Darling Duckling for congratulations and tell me whether you want to do that one or do we want to clean that off and do Secret C? I feel like I want to do Secret C. Card Craze is saying Secret C. I feel like I want to do Secret C. Just saying. I think Secret C will be the go. There. Whoa. It would help if I stamped that way better than what I did. Let's go there again. So Secret C or Darling Duckling? 1, 2, 3 for 4 for Secret C. 5 for Secret C. I think Secret C is going to get it. Oh, well, actually has 5. Secret C has got it. Now, what else have we got here that could physically go into... Oh, you know what? I'm going to change this up. Sorry, I'm going to change it up. I've decided I want to do a different sentiment. I like this card better with this. It says, thanks for being so kind. I like that. So let's actually do that. Let me grab another piece of white cardstock. I need a scrap piece of white cardstock. Here's some. Okay. I've decided I'm going to do this one. And we will do it in Secret C. Because there's a gorgeous die here that we can use. Okay, so let's do thanks for being so kind. And let's use this die that goes in this die set. Well, look at that. Thanks for being so kind. What do you think? Cheryl's saying, Darling Duckling, you're late to the party. What stamp set is this? Okay, Darby, it is called the Happy Hibiscus is what we're using. All right, so I've made an executive decision. I'm not doing congratulations. I'm going to do thanks for being so kind. Oh, okay. What about if I do thanks for being so kind on Darling Duckling? What about that for a thought? Let's try that. Let's do that again. Well, we'll make a decision anyway. Let's go that. Thanks for being so kind. Darling Duckling or white. So we'll cut them out both and we'll see what we think when we go to put it on. So let's bring back in the cut and emboss with all of our layers that we need. And we will cut out the white one first and then we'll cut out the Darling Duckling one. And we will see which one we want to use. Do that. Cutting pad over the top. Okay. So we have that, or we have the Darling Duckling. one. And we have that. Oh, there's a bit of Darling Duckling there that I didn't know I had. There you go. Okay, so that one or that one. Okay, let's see what that looks like on the front of our card. Sorry, I'm banging and crashing things around here. Okay. Oh, I like it up there. I could put it down here. Okay, so the next question is up here or down here, Darling Duckling or white? That's the next question. So let's see what it looks like. Oh, I don't mind it down there. I like it down there. It's only covering up that one embossed flower. Not too bad. Or up here. Okay. So top or bottom and Darling Duckling or white? Top or bottom, Darling Duckling or white? So you'll have to say either top Darling Duckling or top white or bottom Darling Duckling. Okay, so Daryl's saying top left Darling Duckling. Darling Duckling up at the bottom. White at the bottom. White. Okay, so we've got 2 for Darling Duckling. We've got 3 for white. We've got 3 for Darling Duckling, 3 for white. 4 for Darling Duckling. 5 for Darling Duckling. Now, okay, Darling Duckling is what we've got to have, top or bottom. So I've got top for Darling Duckling, bottom, bottom, top, bottom, bottom, bottom. Okay, bottom Darling Duckling. That is it. That's what got the vote. Bottom Darling Duckling. So let's add some dimensionals now. So I'm just going to add some dimensionals around here. It's going to pop up onto that flower. So I only really need to add the dimensionals down the bottom and add a bit of liquid glue on that flower. And it will, sorry, but bottom Darling Duckling got it. Sorry, but that is what got the vote. When I looked at all the votes, bottom Darling Duckling is what got it. All right, so let's pop that just there like that. Okay, now you all know me, needs something. So I've decided that I'm going to use this that I have sitting here on my desk just to be a little bit, whoa, and that has got knots in it. This is what happens when you have, you know what? Can I get a bow out of this bit? Let me see. If I can get a bow out of this bit, I'll cut it at that knot. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. There and there and there. Look at that. I can. Now, do I have scissors in my desk? That's the next question because I've had people here galore. No, they were out on the kitchen bench. Okay, so we've got a cute little bow that we can pop. I'm going to pop it just underneath, and I haven't got any. I'm going to have to put a little bit of Seal Plus on this because, can I do that? No. We'll have to put a bit of liquid glue on it because I don't have any glue dots in here. So let's put a little bit of liquid glue on there. I'm then going to pick up that and pop the bow in underneath that. Just a little bit. Can I do it? In under there. Just a little bit. So it's just poking out underneath. No, I'm going to sit it on there, but it's not going to, I'm going to sit it on there. It's not going to stay there because I haven't got a glue dot, but let's just sit it there with a block on it and see if it takes hold while we do the inside of the card. So let's just sit it there with a block on it and we'll see if it will take hold. All right, now the inside of our card have a basic white piece here. I would really like to do the flowers, but they're like large and on there. Ooh. Actually, I'm going to do that one in Smoky Slate. I'm gonna try and do this. So I'm gonna do that one in Smoky Slate. Let's see if we can just get that one in there. Like that. Okay. And then can I do this one without getting anything else on there? Maybe I can. There. And here. Look at that. So we can, even though they're big and 3, we can do that. So let's do that, and then we'll do the Darling Duckling again stamped off. So I'll bring in a scrap piece of paper there. So let's grab our Darling Duckling. So we're bringing in a little bit of the front to the inside of the card. Whoa. They're like that, and they're like that, and this one stamped off, and I think it goes like, yeah, like that. There. Okay, so we've got a little bit of that. We can actually use, there's some leaves in here. Actually, you know what? I like this little crosshatch, this little texture stamp, so I don't mind that. So let's try that with our Smoky Slate, maybe. That and Smoky Slate. There's this little crosshatch. Oh, and could help if I actually stamped it properly there. But anyway, a little crosshatch piece in there. And then we'll be able to pop that on the inside of the card. Has that stuck? No, it hasn't, but let's just imagine that's going to be stuck there. The things that happen when you don't have glue dots, when you need them. All right, let's add that to the inside of the card. And there's another awesome sentiment, and I should have stamped that before I glued this in, but we will stamp it. We will take the chance that I hopefully don't muck it up. But there's a gorgeous stamp in here that says, "You make me smile." And I just think that's absolutely such a great thing to send to a friend. So let's ink that up with Versamark. Then ink it up with the Secret C. All right. And, oh, and I just mucked it up. Anyway, I totally mucked it up. Can you see? It's all, can we do this? Because my card moved. Ugh. See, the pressure is on, so we can actually go like this. You make me smile. And you know what? I can cut it like this and like this, and I can stick it over there. And that can cover up my smudgy sentiment. I can do that. And look at that. Covered it up, and it looks like it should be in the card. Look at that. No one would ever know that I mucked up stamping that. See, there's always a way to fix things. I'm telling you, there's always a way to fix things. Now, that bow will probably fall off, but that's okay. Let's add that to the front of our card. And then I think what I'm going to use as embellishments is just our gorgeous, oh God, that bow is still not going to sit there. I'm going to go and find some glue dots when I'm finished and make it stay there. But let's use some of our basic rhinestones to go on here. And I will use my scissors to pick them off. Okay, so let's do one in the middle there, one in the middle there, one in the middle there. Okay, and then some little ones on our flowers. How cute are they? I mean, I must admit, when you put embellishments and gems on your cards, the finishing touches are really just what makes my heart sing. I mean, it brings your card to life. Who agrees? Type it in the comments. Do you feel like when you put those last minute embellishing bits on, do you feel like it just brings your card to life? I feel like this is making these flowers look almost lifelike now that we've got those gorgeous gems in the center. What are your thoughts? Look at that. Doesn't that just bring it to life? Why did I Versamark first, Kate? It's because it's a brand new photopolymer stamp set that I haven't used before. So what actually happens is sometimes when you've got a brand new photopolymer stamp set, they have like a little bit of a coating on them from when they come from the factory. And by adding that, I just realized that my spot is not. There you go. Oh, there you go. My spot's covered now with my Versamark, with my vellum circle. I have a vellum circle there to stop the glare from the lights. So then spritzing with a little bit of Wink of Stella inside and at the front just finishes your card off and just adds that shimmer and shine. Look at that shimmer and shine. Okay, so Card Cray says it would depend on the card to see if the embellishments were the finishing touch. You missed the live. You're still on live, Maureen. I am still live. And the bundle is called Happy Hibiscus is the bundle. So Happy Hibiscus, and that is there. Linda's saying if she doesn't put embellishments on her card, it looks bare. Susie D saying gorgeous card. Yes, I do. So in other words, embellishments. Matthew saying embellishments make the card. Hey, Kathy, lovely to see you. Didn't realize you were on. Lovely to see you. Thank you. Yeah, most definitely does make the difference. And a bit of that shimmer and shine. Wink of Stella does wonders as well. So there you go. There's my card for today. So hopefully you have enjoyed that. I wasn't going to go live today because I had business training this morning, but I thought, you know what? I've been missing in action for a bit. So I thought, why not? So hopefully I will be live again, I think, on Thursday. No, anyway, you'll see the notification. I don't know whether I'm going to be live tomorrow or the next day, but in the next 2 days, I will definitely be live somewhere. So thank you for hanging out with me and chatting with me and crafting with me. Now, don't forget, please go over to the YouTube replay. Please like and share my video. So share my video over onto Facebook, but go over to YouTube, find the replay of today when I'm finished, find the replay of today, the Crafty Cat, just to enter the craft room. Find the replay and please like and share the replay for me and type like and share, and you will go into the weekly draw to win some awesome prizes. So you don't want to miss that. So please make sure you enter yourself by going over to the replay once I've finished and I've jumped off, because that's the only way that I can find those comments to be able to enter you in the draw, because all of these comments disappear on my live video here on YouTube. So, and I'm only choosing winners now, one winner from the YouTube video every week. So make sure you get yourself in the entry.